The ugly baby. This is a salad fork. I'm going to let you see it. You see it? It's got handles. And when you get salad, you pick it up like this. A lot of times with the salad forks, they have spoons at the end of both sides. And this is important to our story because this is going to explain to us about the ugly baby. So once upon a time, there was a little baby who was being born. And I'm not going to tell you, but the baby is me. And when the baby was born, the mother had a hard time pushing out the baby. So the doctors at the time, they don't do this as much anymore, use something like a salad fork to place upon the baby like this to pull the baby out. Now remember, this is a long time ago, and that's the way it was done. And it may not be done like this today, so don't be afraid. But either way, the doctor took the forks and pulled the baby out. But the forks got caught on the baby's eyes, like this, as it was pulling it out. And when the baby came out, it looked like it had two black eyes, and all around this part of the face was really ugly. So when the mommy saw the baby, of course a mommy will always think that her baby is beautiful. But when people came to visit, that was a different story. So those that came to visit either said nothing, had this face, and one person in particular said, "That's the ugliest baby I ever saw." Now you would think that that was a really bad comment. But for that person, it wasn't bad at all. Because that person did take care of the ugly baby a lot. But back to the story. So the ugly baby was pushed around in their little baby cart around town. And you know that people want to see the baby. It's a brand new baby. And a lot of the comments were either nothing or that was the ugliest baby. So I grew up from what I was told by people saying, "You are not the best looking baby in the world. You are a very ugly baby." And they use other kind of words, but basically that's the concept, is that it was an ugly baby, meaning me. But it never bothered me. I hear the comments every day, and of course I'm older now, but the idea of being an ugly baby was not a bother to me in the world. But I do have little friends who hear comments that really hurt their feelings. And I want to tell you, Miss Fred wants to tell you that just because someone says something that's really not nice doesn't mean that it has to be true. And a lot of times we, even being little people, when I was little, I remember having to tell myself, I'm not ugly, and I never was ugly. I was always beautiful. And people used to laugh. But inside, I felt beautiful. And I made sure that everybody knew it. So when someone says, "Hey, you aren't good looking," or "I don't want to play with you," or "I don't like you just because," sometimes, and I even hate to say it, we have to tell ourselves inside that no matter what they want to do, you are still beautiful. And we have to remind ourselves every day that we are beautiful, because we are. Just because someone says that they don't want to play with you, or that you're ugly, or other maybe unkind words, doesn't make it true. So when mommy says it, and I know when mommy says it or daddy says it, it's like it doesn't matter because it's just mommy or daddy. But it does matter. It matters a lot because it's nice for someone else to say that you are beautiful. You're not ugly. It's nice to hear it. So when mommy and daddy say it, you make sure that you give them a big hug and you say, thank you, mommy, or thank you, daddy, or thank you, brother, or whoever said it. Always be kind because I know this is going to be hard, but because when you are good to others, especially yourself, because you have to be good to yourself first. When you are good to yourself, kindness comes from you and it is shared with the world. So I want to make sure that you know that you are beautiful. And that's for my little friend who's not feeling very, very beautiful today. You are always beautiful, no matter what anybody says. And Miss Fred is going to remind you that you are the most beautiful person in the world, no matter what anybody says.